DOTS Why Phaedra Parks Isn't Seeking Housewives Advice. Due to TS celebrity contestant and RHOA star Phaedra Parks is not seeking any advice from her fellow Real Housewives. Several of them have competed in the hit reality dancing competition, so they have a wealth of knowledge. Yet that does not mean Phaedra is calling them up anytime soon. How come? Keep reading for more details. DOTS Why Phaedra Parks Isn't Seeking Housewives Advice. Season 33 of DOTS kicked off on Tuesday, September 17th, and the crowd went wild for all of the dancers. Even the contestants who fell a tad short did not seem to matter. The judges and the viewers alike were thrilled with the talent who were dancing their way across the floor. Of course, the ultimate goal is to walk away with the Len Goodman Mirrorball Trophy. RHOA star Phaedra Parks was teamed up with Valentin Chmerkovsky. This was fun for both of them as she starred in Season 2 of The Traitors with his brother Maxim. There is so much Phaedra has done in her life, from being an acclaimed lawyer to a mortician to RHOA, Married to Medicine, and The Traitors. So DOTS was just another challenge and a day in the office. Her Traitors co-star and fellow Bravolib, Tamra Judge, was in the audience cheering Phaedra on. Several Real Housewives have competed in the past, including her fellow Atlanta ladies, including Kenya Moore, Kim Zolciak, and Mean Leaks. As for other housewives, there was Erica Jane, Lisa Rinna, Teresa Giudice, Joanna Krupa, and Lisa Vanderpump. However, don't expect Phaedra Parks to phone any of them for advice. According to People, she has opted to go into this somewhat blind. Yet there was another reason why she did not go in-depth with the ladies, and it is somewhat of a dig. Ouch. At the same time, Phaedra walked in knowing she was going to have to work extremely hard despite the fun lurking under it all. Fans loved Phaedra. Phaedra Parks got a 19 out of 30 in the DOTS premiere, which was pretty good. More than that, the fans who did the voting loved watching her. The ballroom is aglow with shimmering lights, sequin costumes, and the undeniable buzz of anticipation. The upcoming season of Dancing with the Stars promises to deliver its usual dose of spectacle and drama, but one contestant in particular is catching everyone's attention: Phaedra Parks. Known for her unforgettable stint on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Phaedra's foray into the world of dance has sparked curiosity and speculation. Why, many wonder, is she seemingly avoiding advice from her former Housewives co-stars? As Phaedra gears up for the cha-chas and sambas, she's making it clear that this journey is hers alone. The ballroom is a whole different beast, she says, flashing her signature enigmatic smile. I love my girls from Housewives, but this is about me stepping into uncharted territory and proving something to myself. A solo dance. For years, Phaedra's life has been a carefully curated mix of Southern charm and unapologetic ambition. As a lawyer, mortician, and reality TV star, she's always managed to keep her plate full. But DOTS presents a unique challenge. I'm used to controlling my narrative, she explains. On Housewives, you're dealing with group dynamics, alliances, and, let's be real, a lot of shade. Here it's just me and my partner, and the only thing I can rely on is my work ethic. While some might expect her to turn to her former co-stars for pointers, Phaedra has decided to take a different approach. Don't get me wrong, she says, I've seen Mean Leaks and Kenya Moore do their thing in different arenas, and I'm proud of them. But I'm not looking for a pep talk or tips on how to twirl my way to a perfect score. I want to discover my own rhythm, both literally and metaphorically. Breaking free from the Housewives mold. One of the reasons Phaedra is eschewing advice is her desire to carve out an identity separate from her Housewives persona. On RHOA, she was often portrayed as a savvy strategist, a queen of shade, and a woman who always had a plan. But in the ballroom, there's no room for strategy. It's about vulnerability, trust, and a willingness to fall flat, sometimes literally. When you're on Housewives, you learn to be guarded, Phaedra admits. You're always anticipating someone's next move. But on DOTS, you have to let that go. You can't fake a connection with your partner or mask your mistakes with a clever one-liner. The audience can see through that. This desire to break free from her reality TV roots is something Phaedra feels deeply. I've been boxed in as the shady one, the woman who always has a comeback. And while I'm not ashamed of that, I want people to see the other sides of me. the sides that are softer, more introspective, and yes, a little terrified of looking ridiculous in a fringe leotard, dancing to her own beat. Phaedra's decision to go solo isn't just about avoiding housewife-style drama, it's also a reflection of her fiercely independent spirit. "I've always been someone who learns by doing," she says. "I don't need a playbook or someone else's experience to guide me. I'm here to learn the hard way, even if it means a few missteps." Her dance partner, whose identity is still under wraps, echoes this sentiment. "Phaedra's a force of nature," he says. "She's not afraid to push herself or take risks. She's incredibly focused, and while she might laugh off a mistake, she's back to practicing the move until it's perfect." What the housewives think. Of course, the housewives aren't ones to stay silent, and several have weighed in on Phaedra's new venture. "She'll be fabulous," Neen Leak said in a recent interview. "Phaedra's got the charisma and the stage presence. Now whether she can move those feet, we'll see." Kenya Moore, ever the frenemy, offered a more pointed take. "Phaedra loves to be in control, so I'm curious to see how she handles being judged week after week. It's one thing to throw shade, it's another to take constructive criticism." When asked about these comments, Phaedra shrugs them off with characteristic grace. "Everyone's entitled to their opinion," she says, "but at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for them. I'm doing it for me." A chance to inspire. Beyond the glitz and glamour, Phaedra sees DWTs as an opportunity to inspire others. "I'm a single mom, a businesswoman, and someone who's had her share of ups and downs," she says. "If I can step out of my comfort zone and take on something as intimidating as this, I hope it encourages other women to do the same." Her sons, Aiden and Dylan, are her biggest cheerleaders. "They think it's hilarious," she says, laughing. "They're always teasing me about my mom moves, but they're also incredibly supportive. Every time I'm exhausted or doubting myself, I think about them and how I want them to see their mom as someone who's not afraid to chase a dream." The road ahead. As the premiere date approaches, Phaedra is throwing herself into rehearsals with the same determination that's defined her career. "I'm not here to just survive week to week," she says. "I want to thrive. I want to look back on this experience and know I gave it everything I had." She's also prepared for the possibility of failure. "Not everyone's going to be a fan," she acknowledges, "and that's okay. The important thing is that I'm doing something that scares me, something that challenges me. That's how you grow." A star in the making. Whether she'll take home the coveted Mirrorball trophy remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Phaedra Parks is ready to shine. By stepping out of the shadow of her housewife's past and onto the dance floor, she's proving that reinvention is always possible, even for a woman who's already done it all. "Life is a dance," she says, her eyes sparkling with excitement, "and I'm finally ready to find my own rhythm."